I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
And to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Today, we're introducing iPhone.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Attackers.
No, but like, I mean, usually I start off actually with the table height, which is, I'll just make sure, even though it says it over there, you know, just that it's right. And then when I'm confident that, then I can go through everything else. And like, I'll do my screen to the back of the table, and then I'll do like keyboard, mouse pad, and also the chair height, just making sure that everything is good.
Okay, so you don't trust the technology?
I don't trust anything.
I like it though. Retro's good. You know, someone's got to be doing it. I used to have a spirit level that I'd put on top of my monitor to make sure it was level.
Okay, that's actually crazy.
I did lose it. It was just a little bubble level, and I lost it. So it was a bit sad.
I thought it was like the big one, you know, like.
ဒီနေ့တဲ့ငကမာပွဲရှိသေးလားတဲ့ဒီပွဲနိုင်ရင်ရှိတယ်ဘရိုဒီပွဲနိုင်ရင်ညကြရင်သူထပ်တော့အောင် lower bracket တက်သွားပြီငကမာဂေရီချင်းစီဘူးဟိုကတအီးနဲ့တူတခါရောက်သွားတာပဲမှာအန်ဝိုင်းချုပ်အန်ဝိုင်းဖင်လိုက်ပြီအန်ဝိုင်းဖင်လိုက်ပြီPower and I will. And I get low, Mida, the boy, if you love it. I hope, hello, huh?
Arena, spear, nope, not drop. Ganda ng toss play to delay at least. Macro finally, good ang asa. Apo itong si Mars Strike though, well connected. That is it for Serenata. Di naman makikita niya si Omar, pero with that impale, makakalayo pa nga si Nix. Definite blast as well. TA can't just hit them down.
They need disable, yeah.
They're being guided.
Guided na guided sila, and with Saber Light missing in action.
Yun, thank you, Direct. Kaya na, nadit ka na, bossing.
Oo.
Hello!
Buti naman.
Hello!
Pero ayun na, tignan natin network.
Hello!
Baog. Si Marcelo.
Mahirap talaga eh. Pag nandun yung dazzle eh. Hindi mo alam kung sino marerekta mo. Bakit hindi ka tumatanong ha sa mga galaw ng Virtus Pro? Diba? Dapat. Sabay-sabay na sila dito eh. Ito, Desolator naman si Amado. With a slide of farm, pero na rin siyang Blink Dagger.
Ano ka man kami, kuya?
There goes the Jakiro once more. Ulit na naman nila.
Unang nila na yung triangle. Hindi na nila hayaan mag-confirm dito.
Hindi ko mamatala, mahal ba?
Supendera usage para dito kay Nix.
Tagay tayo.
Salutation.
6 and 10 scoreline natin. Negma Galaxy.
Ito na naman daggers here.
Hintay nila mag-spell. Si Renata, wala nang avalanche but toss is available. There's the speak. Oh, sorry, that's just a rebuke. Arena collecting itong si Tiny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my golly, that cataclysm's enough. Hellscream naman,
Diba?
abutan pa. Atos to hold him down.
Wow, control ni na yun. Usa, tuwidin ha.
Kept in the line.
Oh,
Not
tuwidin ha.
escape. My thou shall not pass.
Okay.
Not escape nga dito. Kasi
Kung wala.
naman
Hindi
nila.
ko mapuyo, hindi ko yan.
Sobrang ahead ng Negma.
Chin na kuma.
Every team fight, kita mo. Nasa kanila talaga ang
hawakan yun, tol, para kay Noob. Ganda ng spear niya doon.
Sulit din sana yung ano, yung ginamit na Tumbers.
Numbers to, wala eh. Buti nandun si Mars, no? Kundi, dali sila.
Mars dito, one component away for that fight. Mahihinda na talaga nila dito yung pasok ni Serenata. Saka ni Primal Beast.
Mix low kita siya with that sentry. Makakaback siya dito ngayon dahil sa Vendetta, but that's a good ice path. Carapace, Impale, Cataclysm, they'll be able to get one nang di nababawasan. Pwede na yun, tol. Magsilbi pang pain, no?
Pain sa tatlo. Tamang Cataclysm lang with the disable. What can you do?
นี่สกูได้พี่อ่ะนะ
Easy Torment.
เขาเอาแค่มันตี
Para
เลย
sa Enigma Galaxy.
เขาแบบเดมอล
Nakakuha pa yan ng Tormento Red Wings. Dead niya, mas lalong lalakas.
Eh, mukhang hindi na nga makapaglaban ng birds. Ganito ang sitwasyon ng hirap na. Primal Beast, rendered useless. Kahit sabihin natin magka-BKB siya, hindi niya pwede kisahin yung physical damage ng ano, Terror Blade.
Nakita ko yung Cataclysm ko na. Bakit? May click na parang yan lang sa susunod.
Sa ratio dyan, taas ng armor niya po. Nesa na yun.
Tomato. Okay, bawas mo na ako. Bawas mo na ako.
Taas ng armor.
ลุยเลย
Ayun ha, may nakikita yun ha. Parang wala pa masyado dito sa Terror Blade.
Pwede na kayo matalo. Ako po sa Arthur, malabo pa tayo sa sabaw ng pusit.
Smoke naman dito. Mga bossing.
Nakapano lang.
Nakaabang. Team secure. Ganda ng position. Pero
Five
kailangan
people to.
ng Dazzle with the Brave. Ever since nasa frontline.
Ito na lang, hindi na para maging choosy. Hindi na pas ng planggana. -1, may buyback naman si Zakiro if he wants to fight. Also, they're behind is tier 2.
ว่าแบบใหญ่อยู่
Malapit dito Sir JD. May arena, may cataclysm, may metamorphosis pa. Roshan nyo pagkatapos. May time pa para makapag-Roshan dito. Pwede nyo provoke for a team fight. Know you're ahead if you're Enigma. Meron pong illusionist. Saktong-sakto para sa kay
22 minutes lang to. Naka-tier 2 ng ganun-ganun yung Enigma nang wala silang ages advantage. Which is pwede nga nilang go ngayon eh.
Walang ba? I don't know what's the answer.
Sa kanila kasi yung lead pagdating sa team fight. May arena sila, pero gandang impale for Tiny. Oh,
Ay,
the
nakaka-face pa.
Carapace! This is why you don't pick Primal up against this Nyx. Speaking of Nyx na patay, ando naman na nga yung toss, pero napakapagandang arena pa dito ngayon for Primal Beast. Out lang.
Out
Yung
muna sila.
Nyx assassin.
Wala silang meta
30
eh.
seconds pa.
Wala silang meta, hindi sila makakapalag. Yes, they have that cataclysm.
Yup.
You need to make sure na kayong mananalo dito.
Oo.
Ang pangkat magkamali this time.
Ay, pumasok.
May nakita ka ba?
Primal. Clear lang siya dyan.
Kailangan talaga nila si Omar.
16 seconds for Nyx. Si TB, ilang segundo pa
Siguro
kaya
isang
yung meta
minuto.
niya?
Isang minuto pa. Meta. Malayo-layo pa.
Siyempre, go na dito ngayon yung kabila. Alam nila walang terra eh, walang meta.
Dahil sila pumalag.
Also, may BKB pa din si Primal Beast. Pero buhay na si Nyx eh.
Matagal eh. Matagal to eh. Sige lang yung makakampas eh. Takot ka dito na pumakot sa Nyx pa rin.
Here. Wala. Tumutupay lang dito yung Enigma. They are smoked up. Arena, oh. Matagal pa
Gamit
dito.
lang.
Gamit lang. Napap na yung shot, mga
Ilang pa
boss.
talaga kayo.
Umikot-ikot na. Pero tuloy yung laban. The BKB has been popped. Nasaan na nga yung suntukan, mga tol? That's gonna be Nyx Assassin about to fall once more. That's a good shallow grave. Pero teka lang, Invoker, out position na siya dito. There's the Meteor. Oh, Cataclysm binaba. Pati nga yung internet, tinamaan na. Si Sumail, mapapatay din dito, mga bossing. That's a
Napasobra.
high possibility.
Napasobra si Sumil dito.
Talaga, bossing.
Kalaban na to, hayop. Then, time yun para sa Bird Group makabawi. Pag sila mananalo dito they are back in the game. Take the rush pagkatapos. Ay, yun ako na-minimize. Yung penalty.
Jairo lang napatay,
Casualty.
tsaka si ano. Grabe naman yun. Sinayang ulit lang yung meta. Pero pwedeng gawin dito ng Enigma, pag-Roshan.
Pwede.
May meta pa sila eh.
Oo.
Ay, pa-expire na din.
Mag-expire na rin dito yung
Wala,
metamorphosis. So,
masyado nagamit. But Sumail still alive and kicking. Macro fire, nandirito.
Uy,
The
nakaulan!
Cosplay is there. Blinding light, grabbing force stop. Fly is dead, but info finally done. Timado sealed the deal. Kaso ito nga pong si Dazzle inabot pa. Timado stepping up. Yun namang si Omar wala nang kaagapay na ibang core dahil busy itong si Mars together with TP. Talagang tina-timing lang dito ng VP na walang metamorphosis.
Yes, ayun din. Ang laking factor talaga nang walang meta dito sa side ng Enigma. And props for Serenada again carrying off etong Invoker. Pero yung sa team fight na yun si Sumail, gandang lapag ng ice wall, natulak lang ulit ng flight. Naka-tunnel vision na talaga yung Tiny dito sa Invoker. Ako bahala dito. Talaga tayo dito. Habang wala pang metamorphosis, Timado, wala bahala din na tumapush.
Kaya Timado dito ngayon yung gantong klase ng TP na wala ang meta. Dahil doon, yung metamorphosis di na susulit sa sa mga jungle kung nakikita natin network. Ayun, pinupwersa lang nila sa laban. Palagay na palag yung Enigma.
Lincoln.
Teka lang, tingnan natin. Ayun, si TP may Lincoln Spear agad, mga bossing. Definite Blast Chaos Meteor. Para dito ngayon, ay sorry.
Metamorphosis.
Uy.
Pag nahuli si Timado, buti may BKB.
Buti nga eh. Pero sobrang defensive nun. Pwede gamitin yung metamorph na yun kay Roche.
Dapat hold na yung mga meta. Okay lang nakapag-BKB. Timado. Magre-rest pa naman dito yung Jack Hero.
Kiroshan nyo na yan. Wala nang BKB si TA yun.
Roshan naka-recover na from half HP. Now, medyo mataas-taas pa. Now is the time. Kailangan lang mag-ingat dito ng Enigma. They have the arena. If ever may interaction na mangyayari dito,
Pwede Avalanche. Alam nila eh, walang BKB si TA. So, pwedeng less yung potential na makita. And also, naglalaro si Primal Beast sa bottom. Nagpakita nga doon si Saberlight. Just clear that up.
wala silang
Wala
intention
na.
na i-contest masyado. Alam nila na afraid din yung Enigma to take this Roshan.
Lalaban na naman sila.
Yes,
Wala
wala.
silang metamorphosis.
Ayan din yung timing nila. Playing it patiently. Na I don't know if papasok pa naman sila with no meta, no Roshan.
Magahan pa din si Mars.
Meron silang meron silang arena, cut up this. Doon na lang sila papalag. So risky. But then for Virtus Pro, ito yung time.
Sa ganyan, kailangan lang nila ng
Advantage.
full heal para yung Terror Blade hindi masyado mabababad sa fight.
Totoo. Kasi yung Terror Blade nakikita natin Sir JP, tumatakbo-takbo lang siya eh. Hindi na kahit mag-hit siya, nabablinding light siya. Also yung mga ice pass din yung fly sa likod, nahihirapan siyang pumasok or makakuha ng target.
Oh!
Lost back.
What a play! Omar caught off guard. The Carapace might be there pero walang follow-up from side of
Grave.
Enigma. Shallow Grave to save.
Whoa!
But it cost the ulti of Dazzle. And kailangan na din i-retract yung Nagaran para makaback. Next assassin still scouting. There's a BKB in full force. Always Dazzle Carapace is given pero patay na nga dito si Timado!
Ay, naku, sa likod!
Kalabosing!
Italayo yung
Kalaboso!
target!
And ayun na nga, triple kill for Sumail. It's time for them to take her Sean. Auto buyback for TA. He wants to fight once more.
Mali yung target. Saber Light commenting out the pulverize, pati yung BKB.
Parang natakot si Rincy Q. Di nila tinuloy.
Ewan ko lang. Medyo naaanin talaga.
Nagkaaningan na. Bumalik siya with the pike. Teka lang, cameraman naliligaw pa mga tol. Kala mo na sagasaan ng onslaught. That's gonna be safe.
Sana Leomi,
Aegis picked up by Rincy Q. Doon na nga magkakaroon diferensya. Nag-buyback si TA and dieback sa end. Yun na nga. May Aegis pa. Yung Terror Blade. Nakita na itong si Fly pinalipad. Invoker dito nitong si Saberlight na nag-buyback lang din naman. Pero mga kaibigan, gandang spear mula kay Noob. Sumail protected by the Lincoln. They're now chasing. Good na nga. But it's the Thunder play. TB with the save. Now Serenada using up his BKB. He wants Omar and take at least someone. Pero they are just kiting. Serenada, the grave is there. They can seem to kill someone off. Sumail on the mega kill. Picks off Saberlight na nag-buyback din.
Sa sobrang guys, it's still Enigma na sanay sa ganitong senaryo. Nasa gulo kami. Magkakait lang kami sa inyo. We have the Brave, we have the Sander, and we have the target. Huling-huli lahat.
Bang! Yun lang, pare ko. Pinagpabarel dito ngayon yung Virtus Pro.
Sa gulo ng laban, pati yung cameraman naging magulo.
Nauga eh. Nauga yung camera boss eh.
Oo nga eh. Yung Roshan doon, yun, alam mo na, yung kumbaga parang binigay lang sa'yo yung hinain na sa'yo yung ulam na napakasarap, nasa harapan mo na, pero sobrang patient nila, kina-counter talaga nila yung pasok lang na pasok dito na si Saberlight, yung mga decision making, I guess, hindi talaga worth it yung ginawa ni Saberlight, na i-commit lang talaga lahat sa dazzle.
Si Q, yung una niya nga, akala ko ano na yun, blunder na for Nigma na hindi nila kinuha agad Aegis. Lumabas muna siya, nag-pike in, nag-reposition lang pala, kinight lang yung kalaban.
Kitang-kita talaga nila. They have the ward there eh. Kitang-kita nila yung Templar eh. Sige, pabayaan na natin yung nasa likod. Dito tayo kay Timado. Wala na siyang BKB kasi sobrang tagal na mga teamfights natin. Nagpuputol pa halos lahat.
Walang buyback yung Primal Beast. Bakit hindi ko kuha? 11 more seconds. Still a pain para dito sa Virtus Pro. That's tier 3 done. Makukuha pa ba yung isang set ng rocks?
Pwede. Mini barracks na sila dito. Mag-expire na dito yung meta. So out muna kasi may 40.
Okay, di man set na nakuha. They have forced this fortification indeed. Grabe na yan mga boss. Ito naman, susubukan ng bumawi ng Virtus Pro. Butterfly completed for Terrorblade. Grabe si Sumit.
Cement talaga. Sinay talaga. Save the king. Kumbaga. Isa lang akong alipin. Sabi dito ni Rinzik yung Sander. Alay ko sa'yo buhay ko. Ikaw na bahala boss. Ganun ang pinapakita nila. Sobrang kited. Yung mga din ni GH. Yung mga ginagamit niya ng mga shallow. Kinita pa. Nagiging annoyance sa Virtus Pro.
Hindi afford kahit basta-basta. No avid, no win. Mukhang ganun na nga ang kwento para sa
BKB? May BKB yan?
Yes.
Pwede na sila gumaw. Huh?
Relax lang sila. May Jace, walang BKB. May BKB na din si Mars. All according to plan. For Enigma Galaxy, they'll wait for a perfect moment bago mag-go.
Ngayon, pinag-explain na tayo.
Wala na silang ibang source ng damage.
Kasi masyado natin napdamang tribalik kung wala akong Daedalus or Echo Saber. Mga ganon.
Hindi natin damas yung Primal Beast. Yun nga masasabi ko. Primal pa sa loob ng mix.
And at this situation, look at the item dito ng Terrorblade. He has the Butterfly. Nagulat ako kanina, may Lincoln Spear. Kanina may Lincoln Spear. Nililinkin niya rin yung mga tropa niya.
Or a BKB for noob, but the pulverize is there. Masasayang yung BKB duration, but he'll be able to drop this arena and take one first. Ganun ba yun? The Greaves to delay. Andyan yung heals. And then again, 5 committed. Essence string buhay pa. Shallow Grave na gamit. Sabay si TV pumasok na. Naka-onslaught out. Yung damage enough ba? Mukhang hindi naman. So pwedeng Tori na lang ang kukunin dito nitong si Terrorblade on the mid lane. That's gonna be Serenada out cold. The mid lane is gone. So tier 3 will be picked up as well.
Tuloy-tuloy to. Meron pang metamorphosis dito guys. Ang hirap talaga. Pag merong meta, paano ka papasok dito? Without Tiny, medyo mag-aalangin talaga dito si Saberlight.
Yun na nga lang isang pandip nila eh.
Totoo.
Yung Tree Valley.
Tree Valley, hindi din nga natin nakita.
Eh dahil bumili siya pang Tree Valley, wala siyang pera pang buyback.
Eto na, tuloy-tuloy na dito yung Nigma mga sir.
Huge info para sa Nigma.
One
Mega
more.
secured for these
Megas.
guys. Virtus Pro just can't seem to play well. Tornado to catch Saberlight. TA trying to hit them down, but hindi pare ko. Walang damage eh. 10 bits na 10 bits.
And even though you have that damage, kapag meron
Yan
yung
lang, oh.
dazzle na nasa likod, wala. Hindi mo na itutuloy.
Auto
Siya shallow
reset.
grave lang talaga.
Auto reset talaga mga bossing. BKB pa gusto dito nitong si Terrorblade. Nagmatter yung Lincoln Spear pick off dito nitong si Terrorblade boss shot. Ang laking tulong. Invoker, Kampante, nag-BKB.
Voy a pegar.
Okay na yan. Sumail being Sumail.
Nag-proc si Samuel.
Divisor.
As of the point of the game, nasa Megagrip sa muna tayo. And magkamali lang, tao lang din. So, aantayin na lang yung invoker. And sabay-sabay na tayo dito para kumuha na ng pit.
Hindi, tinamad lang doon siya mag-backdoor. Okay nyo na lang
Sige, patay mo na ako. Mag-rest pa lang naman ako.
Para ka lang nag-elevator, tas may bayad.
May refresher siya, double attack nga ganun. Or X probably para at least may pang-counter siya sa mga pumapasok na Tiny. Or
Hermoso!
BKB. Teleport.
BKB,
Pagkatapos. Ay, hindi.
Arena,
papalag.
pumasok si Nix. Pwede nilang madelay to up to the
Tata?
point na abot nga dito itong si TB. Invoke TP's in. Ice Path for Omar. Gumamit na din naman ng 3 volley and that's going to be Fly dead. Umabot pa si Ren si Q. Blinding light TP but the spear is enough to stop his escape and Hellscream will fall into the hands of Omar. Dito na nga po unti-unting madadali at madadarag yung BP.
Oh, nasa labas sila. I don't know ba't napasobra sila sa labas. You should be defending and then at that moment, walang temporary. Busy si Timado. And dine-defensan etong mid kasi nagpupush nga dito yung Mega Fix. So taking chances nga dito yung Mars. Medyo off lang talaga or I don't know. Buti naman makunat siya with his BKB build. Fight na lang sila. So, ngayon, kalahating minuto para sa dalawang support na magre-respond.
Grabe yun. Baliktaran ni score, tol. 37 minutes.
Naramdaman na natin Sir JP, reverse 50.
Ano sabi sa inyo?
Diba?
Game 1. Tapos kung nakita ko yung trap ng game 2, okay na. Alam na natin.
Mga tumatamis dyan ha. Nasa dihado tayo. Lamang na nga versus 2 sa best of 3 natin. Yung may hado pa, mas lumabog pa sa odds. Visibility, hindi niya expect to. Meron dito ha. Ay! Nagkamali, boss!
Noob being noob. Noob being noob that he
Noob
is.
ka talaga, boss.
Kailangan niya din naman yung time sync to. Pero wala naman siya kinumit.
Yeah, antay na lang ata nila. May Roshan naman. So, konting-konting blunder lang nangyayari dito. So, may
Ay!
out lang
Ay!
talaga.
Primal Beast!
BKB.
Cyberlight! The reason! Again, nagpapakilala mga boss. Pero, magbibigay ka? I-defensive mode kayo eh. Paano ka de-depensa?
Yan, walang BKB sa ngayon. Meron naman tayong trade dito. Pero na-cancel nga. Di bali?
Grabe naman! Trinibali pero nabuo yung buhay. Nakatakas, sabay pwede pang patay-patayin si Saberlight. Asan BKB mo? Wala na nga mabato. And that's going to be Saberlight o gone in a bit. Hindi malabo mag-GG tong mga to, mga bossing. Now,
Totoo.
Serenada, inabot pa nung Impel. It's over. Double kill for Noob. Nigma would most likely take this game away from Virtus Pro.
Mid lane, pupush na nga sila dito. Grabe ka
GG
naman
ko.
kasi Saberlight. Tilted na tilted. Nagtatapog, pumasok na wala BKB. Ano yun?
As expected, mga bossing. Virtus Pro with the choke. A classic. Kita naman natin, Nick Galaxy, they were the better team sa games 2 and 3. Game 2, I would say bad draft for VP. Game 3, bad draft pa din naman, pero mas kitang-kita yung pagka-bad game.
Yan, binigay kasi ang Invoker voicemail. Siguro wala na akong masasabi dito. Siya ata ang MVP na natin dito. Direct, sino ba ang MVP? Diretso mo na agad para mag-next tayo dito. Tol.
Wala sa MVP, pero yun nga, sumail talaga yung MVP doon. And ba't ka magsa-saber? Ay, ba't ka mag-saber night? Ba't ka
So yeah, keen throwaway of a round, you might argue. So many nades going down in towards middle. Will actually be the CT side coming out on the negative end of it. Zello does not spot X-Floud. Those flames, of course, very awkward to work around. So first kill for the CT side.
Right. We're cruising around this corner. How does he clear this as well, right? I mean, he needs a bit of support here. Damage has been dealt, so still a little bit workable for PARIVISION. Just gotta hope that's why I can get out here. If he can find Crizzen, especially like somewhat unscathed. Okay, but turns the wrong way. There's the first. Has support as well, but he'll get traded out by Nota.
Workable. Maybe they can create something with this. Ooh, the push from Susp. Question marks around that. As an advantage slips away. Not necessarily gained any more ground. He does reveal the location of the bomb. Great utility to push this AWP off, by the way. That allows the cave player to gain some space. Suddenly they feel more confident. Youngster is going to be here. The flash to slow him down. Not quite enough. And he will keep them coming. Going to be all down to James once again in the clutch situation. Brings it down to the one-on-one. Where the hell is Nilo? He does not know. Fakes it out. And does consider the possibility of Cave and has now located him. That's all he needs, he feels. Going to get that bomb down. Nilo gives him the space to do so. Aggressive movement here from James to look for the kill. And finally able to get one of these clutch opportunities over the line. It was only a matter of time. And as I said in the previous map, maybe a new definition, James is certainly alive at the end of rounds, but these days he's picking up the impact.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really nice work again. And it's just coming down to the response too, right, for PARIVISION. Keeping this breathing room, keeping this quite notable gap over Heroic. 6 rounds, worst case scenario, a tie game at the half, which you'd absolutely take on the C-side. Buy not being great once again for Heroic. Double MP9, double M4, 5-7 to round it out. There's a decent amount to work with for PARIVISION. Max says he's just gonna fall away here. They know they lost lane control and shelf control. It was a real death wish if they wanted to fight out there. How does Beltron get out? His shadow's betraying him right now. Youngster knows he's around this corner. Hence why Youngster wins the fight. He knows when's the peak. But an overface there, something that has been very prone for Heroic. And a freebie for James to level the playing field.
Still, though, feels like there is some tension in this round. Susp. Dynamic player over on A now. What can he find? Nothing is the answer. Kill like that. Feel enough has been done for the round, but we'll find out. Heroic considering now, what do we do? Do we give it a look? Do we move away? Spam from Crizzen is successful. That might just keep them interested. Don't have that kit available. Tiny little bit of utility here to work with. Crizzen deleted, and it's James for a collateral on the edge of the smoke. Keeps his impact coming, looking damn flashy as he's trying to get everything on the bingo card. Crazy clutch, no scope, collateral. Maybe now just needs like a knife kill or something along those lines for all of the impossible CS moments.
Yeah, ticking off the bingo card one by one. That lead locked in play should be extended too, with just 5-7s brought to the table for Heroic. They're looking very flat. And actually what felt like statistically a very decent decider for this series. Map which both of these teams historically like and play to a decent level. Heroic are really not showing a lot. They're just too easy to break down at the moment. Still saying these, ever so slight rookie errors, the overfaces in particular, are something that would be very prone for Heroic and becoming very, very costly. What's back towards B early. Rotating over as well. Youngster in a bit of trouble. He gets that smoke down, but will he live to tell the tale? Yes, he will. Tapping through Lyle loses head through the smoke. Youngster traded. Nota looks for a second, but it's Zelo who will fall to Soft. The 5-7's causing problems here.
Yeah, surely not around like this, you would say. There's also a big crunch coming in from elbow here. Ooh, spotted. Thank goodness. He will see the bomb. Oh man, you can't be serious.
Dude.
Wow, what a find from Crizzen. Traded though. It's very, very, very thin ice, but they are still crossing the proverbial river here. They're actually going to move back towards B, so they have been outthunk on that Heroic side. It's not
AK
the deepest
recovered.
play.
Honestly, AK and X-Files hands. I don't mind this. Oh, he might catch the bomb. He does. Hang on. 1 versus 2. All on the shoulders of Nota. The people's MVP at Bounty, especially in that final. Now going to show exactly why he gets so much praise lumped on his shoulders. He's so low though, 40 points of HP, but a 1 versus 1, and he makes it stick. Nota, notorious, and shows why. What a clutch for him.
What a move. And what a find. He's been somewhat quiet here.
What a fight!
Maybe not even conventionally speaking. You know, this whole MVP conversation will keep coming up for a little bit, but conventionally speaking, not one of the flashiest players on this team. He has proven it, however, looking cool, taking those fights. very proactive for them. You figure surely got to get traded by that AK, but it does not happen. Nerves on the heroic side. As Nota can smell your fear. Beautiful move from him.
That's a monster clutch, and it's just why Nota gets so many eyes on him. The way he can play, fantastic work. 8-2. Again, Harvey, this is looking very much like what Inferno did, right? PARIVISION not breaking that much of a sweat. Sure, that's a close round, but in the grand scheme of how this half is right now, already 8 rounds, and it's still that real potential of double digits. This is PARIVISION at their prime. Aggressive move here by Nilo. Kind of like this. Gets the advantage on that fight too, because the shadow betrays the T's as they move forward. So if Belchnok continues to go searching for information, he might lose his life.
Instant info here. Zello, meanwhile, is just in the regular fight over in Cave. Keeping it simple. Orb shot missed. Susp will go overlooked. Nilo falls, by the way, as they were kind of anticipating some sort of a move over there. Catching him attempting a flank. X-Cloud still in on the bomb site. Goes down. There's decent kills coming back round, but it's Belchonok with a quick head find that leaves Susp to save, in fact. Orc recovered, and he will back off.
Yeah, I don't even hate the decision. I think it's the right call. Got nothing to gain in a 1 versus 3 with an AWP. No information, no real chance of winning it. Burn around, that might be useful. Youngster's not been bad by any means, but no one's been really lights out. And even in kind of that map number 1 where things weren't looking good, we at the very least had X-Cloud looking really solid. Not even getting a real superstar stepping up here for the heroic sides. They've got no one ready to fall back on. 9 rounds now. And 9 threes in both halves. Might even get just one better here. PARIVISION, once again, just not putting a foot wrong, really. Double digits is absolutely a doable affair here in this first half for them.
Looking very comfortable, and I think it's good to see, right? The Dust 2 gets away from them, maybe indeed coasting a bit on that map. And I was quietly worried when you look at a team like this. Can they bounce back? The answer so far has been yes. Heroic trying to bounce back themselves with some aggression down middle. 1 for 1. Generally a good move as the T side look to capitalize on what they think is going to be a weaker B bomb side, but it's not the case. The AWP working around the bait for a clean kill, and a man advantage now for Heroic.
Belchonok, his way out. He's being held for from Donut. He can overcome this angle. It's a chance, right idea. He even goes for the pre-fire as well, but Nilo will nail him for the back wall. He's all on the shoulders of 2. This is why just shy of a minute now to work with. They can actually scale in towards B here, though. There's no one here for the initial point of contact. Both in towards Cave.
Jane leading the charge. Yeah, nothing being spotted. I don't think they're going to expect so much presence in at the Cave. Decisions to be made over there as to how they want to play this. They'll overwhelm eventually. Certainly an interesting retake, of course, but only the 3 rounds in the end. Feels like it's not going to be enough, right? We didn't see either team on the first 2 maps pull things back, so the hopes not really with that Heroic side. However, this opening game, anything can happen. We've seen PARIVISION capitulate before. We'll see if that potentially happens again after a few moments. Welcome back, one and all. This is the final half of this series, and Heroic, unfortunately, maybe not giving us the close map that this series kind of deserved. It has been a quieter start from them once again. Shadows of Inferno, Phantoms at the window. We'll see here if they are able to pull things back. They've looked decent on the pistols. Looking to get the majority of them if they're able to take this one. T-side of Ancient, though, it can be hard to get that ball rolling, man. So we're really going to have to find out here.
Let's put it frank, you don't win a pistol here. And this is all but done in my eyes for Heroic. PARIVISION find 10 here in round number 13. I cannot see a world in which you recover. Let's see, mid-control. Taking another one-man army of Nilo moving forward. Raid boss with the P250 in the half armor. He's getting a lot of information, to be fair. Through mid. No one towards Donut either, but then just to say that, there's a bit of a move on towards Shelf. Zelo gonna find the first as Youngster hits the deck.
Tactically gorgeous. Execution-wise, maybe not so much. Elo does come in, though, from the darkness and is able to bail them out. Not quite enough just yet. Maybe if the P250 was in the main pack, it would have been an all but over 2-on-2 and a bomb to recover. Really not ideal here.
That's why.
Yeah, dig for some info. Maybe the bomb like behind the box here or something. It definitely feels like it's not been seen. They're quietly moving away. No, it was in front of it.
No, it was down the ramp, though. It was down the ramp. And if he's playing on Shelf, you actually can't see it.
Right.
It was like, it was on that side of the box, but because of the angle of the ramp, he didn't spot it. So yeah, he's angled away. They've been given the sight, and with just shy of 20 seconds, they're going to realize no one's home. They can plant here. I mean, they're even a little baffled. Where are they? Is the kind of the thought process. Aggro fight. Nilo finds his third. Now with the Glock instead of that P250, as he wants the close range engagements and the extra bullets, so it's all on Zwei's shoulders. 1v2 for the new boy on the block here for PARIVISION to bail them out, and well, here's the first. Sus, down he goes as the Swede falls, but Nilo, a quad kill. What a round from him on the pistol. Heroic needed a hero, and they get it in that Youngster.
Really clean that they're able to get that. I feel like they definitely deserved that round. Like I say, tactically, it was so sound to just draw them out of cave. Maybe a complete anti-strat of a regular PARIVISION CT pistol, but way closer than I think they would have expected given how the chips fell. PARIVISION, plenty of rounds to play with, but Heroic with that all-important pistol to mount this comeback. And the Nilo activation is decent as well. He's had a up and down kind of series for my money.
Really nice molly. Even nets a kill. And goes Nota. There'll be more here for Chris. And does take a dink, but he would like some cash for the Mac 10, and he might be given that as a luxury. He'll get one before he drops, and the Galil here to probably mop up the rest. And Youngstar does exactly that. Simple work to swipe aside the eco.
Simple stuff thus far. But it is, once again, a quick rifle round coming in from PARIVISION, not wasting any time getting those guns out. As they look set to try and stop this comeback, it is very, very important, I think, that they do it here, because the 9 rounds is not a lot. Maybe 2 solid rifles in between Heroic and evening things up. Potentially 3, depending on the saves. Nice late nade from James. And another as well. A sense of timing, absolutely fantastic to take nearly 100 points of HP away from Heroic.
They're waiting. There is a move here, though. And PARIVISION. Down ramp. They slipped the net. Oh, Swite. Elo just didn't expect it to be that close. He's under a bit of pressure now. There's no escape. Molly at the toes will force the engagement. He was falling flat already. Let's open a really cool proactive move as well from PARIVISION. Take a bit of control, move as sort of partnership, this pair. Belchinok tries something of his own and he'll lose his life. And X-Cloud, he's just slipped the net into a Red Rim. He might get one for free here. No, he fumbles it. There was a freebie on offer, but he lets it slip. So much damage dealt towards the likes of Heroic, but they'll get a bump on.
In the MP7, that's what I say. Got to be careful with it, it would seem. Low HP bars here, and they completely just disregard Brokey. That's crazy. There's no kit here, though, is the key thing. They're able to smoke him off, but a lot of time for Sus to try and line up this spam. Close, close. He's not going to get it.
It's getting further away.
Going to get it. Feels like he's just miles away, unfortunately. And indeed, he will be somewhat embarrassed. Finished off through the smoke as well.
Yeah, you hate to say it. It started well, and it's got further and further and further away, and yeah, unfortunately, fell flat. So, as that comes through, I think it's just down to the HP more than anything, really. But a nice round from Ryan nonetheless. Timeout taken here by PARIVISION. Double digits found, double the rounds of Heroic 2. Plenty of breathing room, under no real pressure just yet, but it's still about wanting to get those guarantees, wanting to get those sure things. They don't want to allow Heroic to spiral. They've already seen what this side can do in the snowball, as we saw on Dust 2. When they get going and they start chaining rounds together, they are so difficult to stop. Just want to make sure they're not giving that lifeline once again. Either way, a lot of time left for Heroic in the map and the series. More rounds is all PARIVISION need, and definitely got the betterment when it comes towards the finances.
It is true. Heroic potentially going to need a miracle here. The best supplies coming into this round either, so he will be lacking severely. Some breaks of the smoke coming in. James forced off, unable to land the shot in what feels like a rare miss in this series. They gain some mid-control, see what they do with it.
Nice move here by X-Cloud. Through that smoke. He did the same sort of thing in that previous round, and he just missed, right? The idea was nice. The plan was all good. It's just the execution behind it that was a little sloppy this time. Finds his kill, tries to fall back, and he actually will be given that luxury. At the same time, Youngster aggresses to find Zelo. X-Cloud goes for a second, and he'll get it. Doing well now, much more like it, and again manages to get out.
1 HP, and he's got no gun up at the moment, so he will indeed go down, but that'll be the round. Heroic, it's in that stage of like, you've got to be winning rounds. It's kind of now or never, and they will indeed manage to just about deny. PARIVISION then not quite over just yet. They don't have a lot of cash themselves. So question marks arise if Heroic can string a few together, do so cleanly, build up some cash. We could be on. I really want to be on. I want it to be close here. I want this to go the distance, as PARIVISION need to maybe have their confidence checked in this first stage of IM Krakow.
Yeah. Wanting a bit of life out of Heroic. Make this map 3 a bit of a spectacle. Because we've actually had quite one-sided maps. Despite going the distance in terms of the series. Both 13-6ers, kind of from the first half, never felt like there was that much of a doubt who was going to be taking it. But it's not the same here. We are still following that trend. Diving back in, re-aggression. Nota going to get the first. Looks for a second. He's full blind, so he'll lose his life. But after the MP9 can find one, and Zeta somehow retreats, tail between his legs, and he's left reeling, but alive.
Just about. Looking good for PARIVISION. Bomb site would indeed be your wisest move, but it seems like PARIVISION have read that. They're going to start rotating things pretty aggressively. Zelo is low, but it'll be that first line of defense. They've kind of weakened up A, in fact. gets in there quick, and he's put the fear in Heroic, I suppose. Maybe that over-aggressive posturing has made them think that there's more players over on A than actually there was. There was a brief window where I think they could have abused the awkward movements of PARIVISION.
Towards B their head, but look at the setup here as well. It's wide around this corner of the MP9. Shelf player not too far away, or at least the ability to support in a crossfire. This could be difficult. There's the first, sure, a quick trade, but Belchnok's there, and Jame, outrage, shuts it down, and PARIVISION back to doing what they do best. A great read by Jame there too of where to set up, and there was no way they were breaking that one down. The crossfire was just too strong. Every single angle covered in terms of that aggression through doors. 2 more rounds they need to get a first win here. I am Krakow. But I say that, we've just lost Jame.
Little awkward. Not too unfamiliar with the tech pause himself.
Come back, Jame. The hobbits need your help. On their way to Isengard. Lead them, Gandalf the Grey. I do need to rewatch them. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
They were on they were back in the cinemas in the UK because it was like, of course, 20th or 25th anniversary or something like that of the first one.
Yeah, I think that would check out. Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit of a slog. It's got to be like 9 hours for 3 movies or something.
Yeah, and it was the director's cuts as well. So
yeah,
they were even longer.
But worth doing at a certain point. You know, pretty mega.
I remember when I was young, Legolas was kind of my go.
That's fair. I was more of an Aragon guy, I think. You know, I thought I was like,
oh yeah,
brooding and
you were instead 7 years old.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, in the corner, you know, with my hood up or whatever. Not intimidating at all. But yeah, those were my edgier years.
At 7, wow, started young. Started young.
I don't know.
We've lost Jame. Hopefully we get him back in as soon as. But I really don't know what you do if you're heroic here. On the back foot massively. You've not offered a lot in towards his ancient. There's not really even been that much in terms of it's anything new or fresh to really offer up here. Tech pause is concluded relatively sharpish, but I don't know, heroic. It's a bit of a Hail Mary here towards round number 18. They've gone for the full buy. Now or never to keep themselves alive. Double AK, double Galil, and a Deagle to round out by Crizzen. Honestly, on top of that, hope and a prayer to stay alive. You lose this, you lose your finances, and by all metrics, you lose the map in the series.
Plenty of time to think, plenty of time to cook something up, so you would really hope that there are indeed legs behind this. It's going to give them that jag control, but deadly setup behind Cave itself. Comes in to keep them at bay as well. Some response from PARIVISION. It's cost them a lot to get into Cave. We've got a smoke and a flash, and that is it.
Yeah.
So, an awful lot to work with. X-Cloud has been very troublesome on these mid-pushers in the past. Can he do the same here? Belchonok ready for him, spots that shadow. It's an easy takedown. Now what for Heroic? They're going to very speedily themselves work back towards the A-bomb site. One player to get through. Belchonok maybe knows that, so he's apprehensive to take a wide swing here. Waiting for some util. Flash is good. He can't really finish them off. And it's very difficult for the rest of the team to get in there and find those important kills. Bomb goes down. 3 on 3. One of the deciding factor rounds here, of course, and off on the retake as well. With only the one hit, never really ideal. Zello, however, does not fear death. Moves in, finds that first head. There is no smoke here. really going to be a difficult defuse. You got Youngster moving in quick as well. Great flank from him. Oh man, surely this has got to do it. Player on the bomb though. Got to get him off. Got to get him off, guys. Defusing. Oh no. Oh no, it's too good to be true. And just holding the bomb. It's as easy as it looks.
Oh, that is such an awkward mistake to make as well, because the idea again is really, really nice. It's just the execution of it. Half a second too slow. That's all it takes, and it costs you the round, and most likely with it, map and series too. This map and series point towards PARIVISION. Fine margins, but that's all it takes. Last chance to have a conversation for Heroic here. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, that's the kind of round that those sort of mistakes can just mentally boom you. Arsenal looking for Tobis to try and steady the ship and plug the oncoming water. It's all but done here though, surely. Heck 9 for Kristen. Khalil, Scout, in what they have to do to squeeze out a bye here in what is potentially the final round of play. Tough to see. Already X-Cloud hit down to just above half.
Yeah, from bad to worse as they try and keep the dream alive. In this opening stage, there is that lower bracket, of course, but it can move pretty quickly. The tournament could be over in a matter of days, which is really not what you want. You know, you got your sights set on the whole 10-day affair, I'm sure. Tip of the head spotted. James keeps cool to land that flick. His teammate will fall on the site. Great here from Zwei. Oh, it's a double from him. Nearly 3, in fact. He just runs out of ammo.
Nade.
In what could be the nick of time. Touchdown nade to see it off. And Mr. X-Cloud against the world. He's had a great series here. Slightly quieter map by his standards, but surely not going to happen. Has that bomb on his back. That's about all he's got going for him at this stage. They are giving him plenty of space to make mistakes. Try to finish it off, and it will indeed be the 2-1. Some very flat maps from either side, and the Dust 2 streak does come to an end, but PARIVISION still able to take the better of Heroic. They are attempting to pick up where they left off last week.
Yeah, really, really nice work as well. I think James not only called an excellent game there, but I think played an excellent game. I thought he looked super, super sharp all the way through that Ancient. Another really decent showing from Nota, continued to prove why he is such a name within this side. And, you know, even while it wasn't lights out, I think Zwei has actually been kind of underwhelming in the first 2 maps.
Yeah.
A lot better there in towards Ancient, right? A lot more impact, a lot more what we want to see from him. I think flip side as well, X-Cloud, who'd been electric kind of all series long, a bit of a mistake on the handshake. We'll allow it, Dastan. You've got to win. It's all right. Happens to the best of us. Not like it was caught on camera. Yeah, X-File for him. Unfortunately, you know, the first 2 maps were incredible. He was averaging like a 1.62 rating heading in towards the Ancient. It ends up being slightly underwhelming by his standards, but it's still the stand-in era for Heroic. It's not this full lineup just yet, and they're kind of just playing with whatever they can. In the end, PARIVISION take the map, take the series, and get a first win here at IM Krakow.
Yeah, it's interesting around the stand-in. You know, can you argue that that's going to give them like the 5 or 6 rounds more that they need to make things competitive? Tough to say. You know, everyone's kind of been on the fence as well about Alcaran and how impressive he truly is. So I feel like the Heroic project has some decent individuals and maybe a nice idea, but it just feels like tactically they don't quite come together, at least in this matchup for sure. But yeah, PARIVISION, as we expected, much more complete package maybe across the field. It's kind of one of those curious conversations that you could get a bit deeper into. Heroic maybe have a bit more firepower in places, but it feels like the more complete approach, holistic, I think is the word, isn't it, on that PARIVISION side of things, and they certainly do deliver here today.
Well, see, you know, when we got a chance to have a few interviews with PARIVISION, that's something the same. We actually don't have a weak sense, right? Everybody can step up, everybody can look good, and that's exactly what we've got. We got a chance to have an interview as well with Dastan, so let's check it out.
Starting things off in the right way here, Dastan. Congratulations. Good series here, although that second map, a little rough. Let's talk about it.
Second map was very bad in terms of everything, I think maybe game plan,
Kuna
everything
na
was good. No, peace.
Team. Does the Orb not have ammo? He'll get it. 6 rounds though for Astralis, considering there was a 4-round streak here for Pain. Coming from their first gun round, Astralis have recovered very well.
All right, long pick for VSM. Won't survive the crossing as there's a lot of players at long ready to receive that exact play. So that's the top performer for Pain, dead first as he tries to take his spawn. Yeah, be up close here in middle.
He's ready for this.
Pyria is solid, clear, great check, and it's at least given them an option here in this 4v4. Fuzi's just missed that timing, but he saw 2 players on the reposition. Is going to hear the drop down. Here's the flank coming in through the tunnels. Pain just follow it forward. Into Ryu. Another multi-kill round required. He's had them in spades. 2 quick kills on the B defense, and now NQZ, big nade, knocks out Stare, and the follow-up is in. NQZ, big smile on his face at the end of that one. Everything aligned for the Brazilian AWPer.
How back and forth does it get? I mean, the cover on the flank is all because of Pyria's lurk in mid, hearing Fuzi drop. It gives him a free opening kill on that flanking player. And despite a beautiful double kill in the B side for Ryu, 12 and 5, none of that is enough. The nade perfectly timed, and the round just comes to him. Frustrating round to lose for Astralis. It was all going so well. NQZ getting in the game just at the right time to split this half. Ooh, jiggled.
They never saw Pyria get out, but there has been timings open, so it's something Fuzi's got to be considering in the long run. Flash around the corner, Hooksy went to clear it. Still that Fuzi AWP bested. Pyria jiggle, absolutely nails him. So maybe there's still some hope here. Some 2 fresh faces, VSM and Pyria, also the 2 top performers left in this 2v3.
Pressure put on by Stare up on Cat, and he will survive the fight. That gap realized by Pyria that he can just run it up long right now. He'll take it. Smoke down. Stare back on the bomb site. And a lurk up short. VSM needs to find this kill while Stare is in the open. They've got a brief window of opportunity, and VSM seizes it. 2v2 through the molly. Bomb can cross after the break.
He's been able to work his way in close, but Pyria goes for the check. Manual mode. Leaves it on Ryu. Been spotted out here towards long. And look what he's picked up. MP7, not what he bargained for. Going to elect to play with the Deagle, closing the distance in. Onto a rifle now. This guy's been full of multi-kills in this game, but how's he supposed to get this one? They're ready to double swing, ready to double peek, and it's not even required. Pain will level out on the half after that initial streak of 4. They finish things off 6-all.
Well, if there's one thing Astralis fans are used to, it may be pain. But right now, Astralis are making a case here on the T side, finding 6 rounds, or moving to the T side, in fact. A solid defense, a solid B anchoring from Ryu. He stood up, stood out for this Astralis team, as Pain are able to squeeze a couple in and make it an even game. Pyria, eyes on him, definitely, as a very young and inexperienced player. Showcases some very strong mechanics. Battle of the new boys on both these squads.
Yeah, 2 changes for either side. And strong showings from all the new faces here. Fuzi, tap down range, just going to try and harass Snow in at the back of the plat. He gets out with his 1. VSM also holds down the fort for a 1-for-1 trade. You're left in this 3v3 now. Util on NQZ. And so certainly down to give this a try.
Smoke for the car. Got to deal with that later. Yabi on the corner. High flash, here's it. Turns back and able to squeeze a kill with Stare. Odds dwindling now with damage done. Thrust into a 1v1. Fuzi fights out in the open, risks the round, but takes it with him. Astralis with a pistol. That's both locked in.
And I like that from Fuzi. You know, it's a little risky taking the fight straight up, looking for the confirmed close after he bests the window player, but you know, didn't really have a whole lot of options and just backs his aim. And honestly, I think that's what you want from your AWPer here on Dust 2. Now, Bigazera is really trying to get ahead of the curve on the MP7 meta.
The whole team are. He's made it a mandate. Triple MP7. I mean, it's cheaper as well, Harry. Keep that in mind. 1,400 bucks. It's, you know, an economic weapon. If you're on a budget, on a force buy, give it a go. Ooh. Spamming the smoke, but Astralis make it in. 3 MP7s. It's like in the Negev. Yeah.
Boost up. Huxi
about to win this.
Dead as he tries to go for the bomb plant. Are they ready for a player who's just been sat in elevator the whole time? NQZ able to keep pressure on these players in the site. Otherwise, this angle down into CT spawn is a good one to fight on. You can see Fuzi still trying to commit to it.
Flank is so late. They just have to run through the smoke together. Another boost up and another spot for Stare. Mauls it. Long contained by Ryu, and it's okay. Pain forced by, gets an opener, that's it.
Yeah.
Astralis, nice slow down there. Letting Pain search for kills. It's been a minute. But honestly, I mean, it's hard not to be, but more optimistic for this Astralis lineup than any of them last year. You know, adding Huxi added, you know, brief uptick for this team. He had some great individual performances as well, but he's regressed to the mean. And it seemed like the vibe wasn't there for Astralis by the end of last year. That's sickening.
He was spotting the arm.
Yeah.
The entire time, and so just guns it out towards mid. Huxi thought he was being slick. Ends up getting slimed. And so now a 5v4 for Pain in their eco. We've had an eco win already.
This would be crazy though. But Triple B, it's got my attention. You feel like it will just come down to which site Huxi calls from dead cam. Up Cat. Best way to avoid this stack. P250s and a P2K on Bigazera, no hope. Astralis seem to have called their way out of the danger zone.
Bigazera hiding in this smoke.
It's naughty.
Could get weird. Plays it through, but a missed opportunity. Be ready for NQZ in at the ramp. He's been spotted now and should get dealt with pretty cleanly by Yabby. VSM really taking his time on the backstab. Could prove to be worth it. This Pyria scout, kill to the good already, arrives over on short with VSM in tow. Snow trying to close the distance up through CT. Yabby makes quick work over that push. As the jobs are good and for Astralis, they find these conversions and they largely get through it unscathed.
Just a sigh of relief with a bunch of missed shots here from Payne. Astralis able to get rid of that eco. This was crazy. To tank the molly and still find the headshot on the jump. Lovely stuff. Orbs out.
He's had a pretty decent grasp on the game thus far, outside of the 1 4K round from NQZ. Fuzi is taking a lot of the attention, but I think it would be a marvel if he's able to keep that up now, moving to the T half.
Payne gave NQZ a lot of room to look for picks and to play slow rounds so he could find openers. He couldn't really pick players off though. Will Fuzi get a better chance? It's going to come down to how much Payne are fighting in middle, and VSM is playing a dangerous game right now. Slinks back to the B bomb site. Cat control taken. No flash used by Fuzi, so Astralis don't announce it. They save more for the exec. They've got a lot of nades right now. 45 seconds. Meant to be smoke. Keeps these B players attentive.
And we are getting a look at a B split for Astralis. His rotates are far away and will be locked out by this util, so you need the B site to withstand this. Good control for Snow, even able to get that third. Fuzi in hot water now as he's cognizant they could just push through CT, and time is a big problem here for Astralis. Now that they've lost Fuzi, it's going to fall to Ryu, who might have made it through the B site, but what can you really expect from him here? Bomb lost in mid, crossfire set up for Payne. The rifles come out and they immediately leave a good impression. That is a fantastic hold from Snow.
Huge multi-kill, just spraying with the A4. 3 kills on the top as VSM dies for the setup. Snow makes it worth his weight. Excellent spray, and Payne continued to keep the pressure on, flashing through that mid to B smoke, not letting Fuzi escape with the orb. He's got to rebuy it now. Astralis, funds starting to run out. Orb crossed, VSM's got his, and he repeaks into Fuzi, who is hot on the shot. Missed chance for NQZ, this double orb looking to be costly here as Payne surely can't retake this site. It might be a kill and a round to come of it. That's all it takes. So hey, they give Fuzi what he wants, the chance to open up the round, and he wins it. Worth hunting guns here for sure.
Yeah, just a feel-good round for Astralis. You know, whenever he hasn't had the spawn, you see Fuzi kind of fall into the more support orb kind of vibe, right? It was him teeing up flashes, teeing up util when they tried to take Catwalk in that last round. But here, gifted with a B spawn and just given the runway to go and take that fight, even the idea that he's clashing with the second AWP, right, for Pain, facing off against VSM, you want him to feel comfortable there. You want him to feel like he can force those openers. And Fuzi succeeds, and you were dead on that. One kill just decided the outcome of everything. The double AWP is already very expensive.
Long spawn.
Another spawn for Fuzi, and another chance to play early, but they've made it past him.
Yeah, saving the double AWP will be interesting for Astralis. What are they going to do with this? Pyria? You would just never expect this. Throws himself through the smoke on long. The last thing Astralis are thinking of. That is a ballsy play. And it's not going to stop. These two new additions for Pain playing fearlessly. Not feeling the pressure of the bright lights and the stature of their first Krakow. A 5v3 for Pain, they just sit back and relax. Just blown to bits.
Shame for Ryo as he's left in another one of these, you know, just rough endings to the round. Everyone else has died around him, and even though he's clearly feeling it in this game, some positions are just unwinnable. And this 1v5 meant to be one of them. Swing on out, big Azera there to punish. And so that double AWP, chance to run it back again, Pain decide against it.
I wonder, because they actually picked up two AWPs and then they dropped them both back, so maybe it was a miscall, maybe they actually wanted it. It all happened very quickly at the end of the round.
Dude, the death from Hooksy feels like a bit of a head scratcher, right? Him not even considering the lower tunnels push, but I wonder if that's actually a symptom of that period crazy aggro on long. You might have thought they had extra players there, that they'd committed to a long take, because otherwise you're left wondering, why on earth would he push that far? Whatever reason, Hooksy deciding that lower tunnels was clear, just hoping it was, ended up digging a deeper hole for Astralis in that round. Now it's down to this B-pop. VSM, first shot lands on the spam. Snow might be blind, but still offering up resistance, and they get destroyed trying to come out through the tunnels. Hooksy is not long for this world.
VSM, what a map. You said you had higher expectations of him than you saw in those first couple of games at the Bounty, but right now delivering on that. He was destroying domestic competition in Brazil for some time after years out of the top. And Pain felt like, hey, not only would they rather go back to a full Brazilian lineup, but why not give this guy another chance to prove himself? Right now he is seizing that opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, you kind of take the chance, you take the risk on it under this idea of, well, surely he's hungry, right? Surely he's really keen to take this opportunity. And hey, right now, feels like they're right in that assessment, because I don't think it was the best initial outing at Bounty. It's clear he's put some time in between that tournament and this one to feel properly ready for IEM Krakow, and yeah, just showing up with a fantastic game. Money now broken for Astralis, so Pain are about to level the playing field. ID delivers you an opener.
No gun though. Fuzi's grabbed the deagle. Can't quite get that rifle in middle, not yet. Trying to hold on to it is NQC. In the open is Pyria, and it doesn't seem to matter. Triple spray, perfect.
Where others would go back and just try and play the crossfire, Pyria so willing to just back his individual skill in a number of these spots, from the crazy long rush that started this streak, now a swing out wide into the open to fight the pistols on Cat.
The long thing is so cool because it's like, you know they're not expecting it, but also you don't have the experience at Tier 1 to really know that. Just trusting your read of the game, that is the last thing anyone would do. And right now, it's put Pain back in position. 10-10 as Astralis call a timeout. Can they stop this journey of Pain? 3 rounds straight.
I mean, what really kind of stands out in these last couple of rounds is it feels like it's Pain really controlling the tempo of this game. Whenever Astralis have tried to be the ones initiating, thinking about some of these tunnels pushes, they've often just had it decisively go against them. Here, another example of tempo setting from Pain, aggression from VSM. Just sets a tone for the round. A 5v4 picked up early. And so now Astralis pretty reluctant to move too quickly. They're already a man down, just trying to take the standard positions right at the start of the round.
Yeah. That wasn't even Hooksy rushing the job down lower. He was just holding the stairs, and VSM peeks in and finds a perfect headshot. He's feeling it right now. Pyria the same. We've seen his spray control. What's he got on this long position?
Oh, Flash is good. Flash is great. Stare tees them up for success.
It's the turn that lets him down. If he just sprays blind, maybe a multi on his plate. They're going to rotate around the world. This is decisive from Hooksy. The sooner they go, the better. Pain are getting inquisitive in middle. Right now they think it's long. Are they going to clear B? Snow is looking. VSM back in time. No way they've read this. What a move to make. And Yabby might get caught. Bomb in his hand, but finds a headshot. Just VSM now.
I really don't know if you're going to expect him here. You might think that's it for the B-hold. Dead down in the tunnels. VSM, a lot of work to do. And as the Orbs rotate in, and that's Orbs plural, double in for the retake. They lose one straight away. And QZ, moment he plays through the window, he's got 2 players to fight against, and his gun only fires 1 bullet at a time. So going back and dealing with Bruce is nice, but there's that backstab stare arriving a little late to the party. Really comes as a surprise to Pain.
Team Flash kind of ruins the round there because VSM was already fighting, and then he gets full blind. The enemy gets full blind, he re-peaks, it expires. If that flash comes a second later, or if he's hidden for a second more, a couple of kills available for him there. Desperate spray. Fuzi saves it with that kill. Awkward round to lose there. And Astralis just taking the lead back in round 21.
And look, I mean, this is now really important for Pain. This is their pick in the series. Their overpass, at least with the old roster, never felt like a safe bet. Break on that smoke, and Fuzi's delivered yet another opening kill. And so even though I was excited to see how Pain look on overpass, it's more because, you know, their T-sides had huge problems, and these 2 changes almost feel like they are tailored towards upping the output on their T-halves. That's not to say that the data puts them in a tremendously strong or fighting position in this series if Dust 2 gets away from them. Pyria doing what he can out here on long. Big Azera lobbing in, supporting Util just to try and buy him more time. Make no mistake, Astralis are coming for this long control. Corner smoke in, allows them to ice out the pit player.
Oh, it's getting hectic now. Double up from the CT side. There's a lurk out mid that does catch Snow. Could they take the bomb back? They would need to run right now. They know VSM is on the A side of the map, so cutting him off is Ryu. This bomb, it's a long road. Trying to move it fluid with his teammate. Might they just go cat together? They know VSM is spawn. Astralis don't want to overthink this, but crossing is a high risk, and so VSM hears them coming back.
Absolutely manipulated Astralis now. Had them worried that he was ahead of the curve on that B rotation. An important pickup for Fuzi, and Astralis map point. 2 chances to close on Payne's pick.
It's the two new boys who save Astralis when they're getting shredded on that A split. They pull back and they close out that 2v3 with 3 frags from Fuzi. He's 4-0 on openers as well, Harry. Just been nailing them. Well, Hooksy is being a liability as an individual. He can't kill anyone. He's getting picked numerous times. He is never getting traded. Right now, Ryu and Fuzi dragging them over the line with some great rounds out of Stair as well, must be said. Map point for Astralis on a must-win map for Payne. As Astralis have to finish, they still have one more fall by to get past. Really good long spawns for Astralis, though, you'll note in this. If they take them, might be out of Payne's hand. Only 2 players dedicated to this side of the map. NQZ's orb. Corner smoke, must respect it.
Out of all the times to send the orb long, this is probably the best time to have done it for Payne. Pyria likes to play aggressive here, likes to be involved in those long fights, and so those flashes would have ruined his day. At least with the orb, you're able to go through the motions, fall back a little bit here. These flashes for Pete's are nothing more than a ruse.
Not again.
And nearly caught with Util out, Stair on the cross, blowing open that smoke. It's all getting a bit chaotic. They've crossed into the site. VSM, Big Azera playing close to this smoke out of the spawn. Flushed back by the Util. That rolls out a red carpet for the bomb plant here. Astralis, this is a golden opportunity to win out on Dust 2.
Got the orb flanking right now. That's just not going to work. Fuzi's in pit, refusing to give away this kill. Forget about this fight alongside. It's a 3v3 for the game.
Backstab for Yabi. Ryu watching for the smoke push. And time is starting to become a very big problem for Payne. Need these kills and they need them quickly. Noise made on the long side. Fuzi's got NQZ's number again. And for Big Azera, try as he might, there is no winning that 1v3. Astralis pull up to Dust 2. Took him a little while to get going, but once they did, there was no stopping them. Strong land debut as well for guys like Fuzi. He outclassed NQZ in that head-to-head, and it wasn't even close. Now we're looking forward to Overpass, Astralis' pick, one that they've looked to do solid work on, and a strugglesome map for
You're having at the moment is whenever a bait player is in like a good spot, like Alex was there, MPL kind of was, they're actually good for like 2 kills pretty consistently. Yeah. So I think they're really struggling with the trades. There's maybe a bit too much of everyone looking in the same direction, not quite covering that, yes, more unlikely angle, but still there's just like no consideration of it. Alex is playing long brilliantly. They're also leaving him there by himself pretty much. Maybe there's a contact flash once in a while, but not a lot of manpower to join him, and he's able to hold things really well. Few change-ups of the angles. That bin angle, that blue bin angle is just such a classic like counter to where he's been playing already. You can see though, nobody is really considering him. MPL's kind of ridiculous, but given a slim chance, they are finding multi-frags pretty often.
Yeah, spot on. Oh my god, Nitro really dancing the devil a little bit there. 2 opportunities to Segakawa to get that kill. Tosi, who gets the first, he somehow manages to escape briefly, but only before Ascenti out. Continues putting the pressure on. Flash round. Segakawa wants to reclaim a bit of space here. He's going to go on the corner to try and deal some damage, but back on towards the CT angle. I mean, he has to sort of reluctantly give up the site and hope NPL can deny them from short. Looks the first. Force flash. NPL's here with the M4 tapping away. Running low on ammo as he fights a ram, but he gets another before dropping. Segakawa put into another clutch. He lost the first against Nitro. Second time. Finds him, puts into a 1 versus 1, but where's his last man?